Max test 1212. Mark test 1212. This is the Other Room podcast live and direct from BKK. This is our episode 11. So we're on episode 11 and we have a lot to talk about. Last time was fun.
Yeah.
Everybody was happy, and the review will be seen on Facebook, on Instagram, on iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube. Everything is pumping in, and people started recognizing us. And to me, man, it's kind of fast. I was projecting to be like 4, 6, 7 months, and this is just our second month, right? Like probably second or third.
Yeah, second month.
Yeah. Everything has been so good about this podcast. The Other Room is going places, and people started hitting us up from everywhere. They want to be part of this greatness. You know, everybody want to be part of this.
It's a movement.
Yeah, it's a movement, man. We're going places. Yes, we're going places. We're going places. Just keep up with us. A lot of things, good things are coming.
Oh yeah.
New segment, different episode from different people. It's gonna be fun, very, very soon.
Oh yeah. We got new segments coming up.
Yeah, 2 new segments is coming up soon, very soon. And again,
it's gonna be really dope, man. Yeah. It's gonna be really dope.
Like today, I was thinking about we don't have a domain yet, a website yet, but I was thinking like the website name is gonna be the Other Room TV or the Other Room Media.
Yeah, the Other Room Media.
Yeah, so we're gonna incorporate a lot of things inside the Other Room podcast. This is just the beginning, so we're going to have our live radio broadcasting too. So probably you can listen audio while we recording our podcast from our Facebook page and from our website as well.
Yeah.
So let's get going. Let's keep moving, man. Keep supporting us and keep showing us love. We love you guys. And now it's time to talk about money. Okay, but make a money, man.
Cashews, the world around me. Yeah, it's really crazy, right? Like in Nigeria right now, money is just flying everywhere, right?
Dude, it's like fucking Superman.
Money is just missing everywhere.
Money is gradually becoming Superman in Nigeria, man. Money can do anything.
Yeah, like money is flying right now because in the sense that we just recently had the case where we heard that snake swallowed money.
Snake-o.
Which is like Nigeria itself is a satire, like it's a huge joke in comedy, like it's like sitcom, you know. So
fucking every week new episode.
The crazy thing is, snake swallowed money. Then a man got back to the bank to complain that money disappeared from his account. The one I shared with you.
Yes.
Then today, just right now, breaking news, monkeys just swallowed like 70 million naira. It's like the fuck, like I don't know. Money is just going missing like everywhere. I'm really scared now.
You know why I'm so happy this time? There's no witches and wizard involved in the whole thing. That is animal. Is like snake.
It's so fictitious, man.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah,
who will ever come up with these lies? Like, you think everybody like take it with their ass or with their fucking nose or something like that?
You know, one of the lady who said money swallowed, her money was swallowed by a snake, right? She felt the story would have elicited sympathy in the sense that, you know, in Nigeria there's this belief in this whole diabolical stuff, and like you rightly said that it's not even witches and wizards this time around. It's not like your village people all this time around. Because with that, a lot of Nigerians can relate to that because that's what
they believe.
Christianity or the religion has actually
preaching to people and making people believe in.
Because people are so immersed in it that once it comes down to you having a little problem, then it's someone from your village, it's one old woman or one old man, it's one witch or wizard that's after you.
City of your glories and shit like that.
So maybe she felt like if she sold that story out, that
a lot of people
snake swallowed her money, then
a lot of religious people.
Yeah, she'll get sympathy from the religious people, and people will probably just pray like, oh yeah, let's
Let all the
Let her go
snake
for
in my life
deliverance.
die.
And don't even be surprised that we're not starting to have those prayer points
Yes.
in churches like
All the
Mountain
snake
of
that has
Fire
been
and
swallowing my money, die by thunder, by
die by
fire.
fire in Jesus' name. You know, those. And it's kind of funny, but when I was in Abuja, right, I went to Mountain of Fire for like 4 years.
Okay.
So like basically,
I went to a
oh
date.
man, like I seen it all. I seen it all. Like,
dude, I fasted 30 days, dry fasting, like so that Mickey Jesus.
so
Oh, man.
so it's just that it rubbed people the wrong way. Like it just came maybe at the wrong time. It rubbed people the wrong way. That's why she's not getting the desired sympathy that
No,
she expected from it.
who on earth is gonna sympathize with her?
Well, Nigerians would have sympathized with her because everybody
During
believed in
which
this
era?
diabolical stuff.
What
But
time?
then someone rightly pointed out that it's kind of hypocritical in the sense that now we people feel it doesn't make sense for snake to swallow money, right? But then when you see a snake in your dream or an animal in your dream, then somebody from your village is one old woman who's pursuing you in your dream. So how can you believe that or
But not
believe what the pastor says but not believe her story? Because people basically believe everything the pastor says on the altar.
Yeah, but maybe she would have come through the pastor and let the pastor announce that snake swallowed the money.
Yeah, maybe she would have gone with her pastor
Yeah,
to say
pastor's
like,
like, yeah.
she's going through spiritual problems and snake swallowed her money and whatnot. So Nigeria is a comedy, man. It's a joke. Like these stories never end. Like for the other one, the man who went to the bank that his money was missing, well, I kind of sympathize with that because that was like
there'll be a lot of things.
his own case is like
it might be fraud.
yeah,
it might be people
fraud.
from the bank. You know, it might be like if he has a son or daughter, they might be involved in something like that.
And the thing is, it's a personal one, not the government money. So government fund is actually different from personal fund because when you are in charge of government money, then you are in charge of the commonwealth of the people.
Wait a minute. So, are you telling me the government doesn't even have a bank account to deposit the money?
Definitely there's a bank account to deposit the money, but it's just that these people just don't do it.
She want to hold up to the money. She want to trade. She want to trade with the money, right?
It's not even a case of that. It's just a case. I think it's a breakdown of law, rules, and protocol and regulation because if money is being generated, at least there has to be like maybe a treasurer, an accountant, a director, and different people who should know like, okay, money is not getting into the account and we are running short of money. So what's happening? Why is nobody asking questions until we got to like that much where, okay, there has to be an audit at the federal level by that professor who headed the committee. Like, okay, let's actually do an audit of what? And now only maybe 12 to 14 states have been audited.
Okay.
So we still have like 20, 22
out of
more
36
states. So you're going to hear a lot more ludicrous excuses. So we just got started.
I hope this time it's not dragon.
We just got started because, okay, the other one, I think it makes a little bit of sense that, he lost 600K to Boko Haram because he's from Yobe State. So he said 600K was missing because of Boko Haram. You could actually make a case for that because then people you can still make a case for that, okay, maybe he ran away from the home when money was with him or anything, or they got robbed in the office because of Boko Haram or whatnot. Because we know that part of Nigeria is not safe. Yobe, Borno, and some states within the northeast are not really safe. So that I'm not actually saying that it's true, but we can still let's consider this issue. But the other lady, like her issue can be even debated.
I don't know. I think she should just change the story. The story is not just adding up at all. Nobody's going to believe what she's saying.
I'm not buying it.
Nobody's going to buy into that like snake.
I'm not buying it.
So the money just there in her office openly. Snake just went in, swallowed the money. The money is not even locked somewhere, and just open there in the office, and something just happened to the money. So even though it's not even snake, that means the money so it's easily accessible, you know.
Yeah, at the end of the day, who keeps millions in their office? Like I don't even walk around with money in my pocket or keep money at home.
Even
So
in the wallet,
and,
also you
and
have
there's two
cash.
different things. Like Thailand is a more safer country than Nigeria.
Fine.
I don't keep money at home.
Even
In
though you see,
Thailand, that's very safe. Then compared to Nigeria, that's very unsafe. How would you keep money in the office? Like it just doesn't make any
yeah, it's not
sense
making
to
any
me.
sense. That is just, I don't know what she's
So
trying
I
to
don't
do,
know,
man.
man. She's probably gonna end up in jail or something. So
I don't think so.
so
I don't think she's going to jail.
well, she's good luck with that. So yeah, recently, right? I think it was just yesterday. Then I started to like see this whole issue about tipping and Jay-Z tipping like at a restaurant for 11K,
Dude,
and then people be like, the waiter and some
that
other
is
people be
someone's
like,
annual salary.
yeah, man, because there are people who are living on like 10K or
10K
11K.
yeah,
Like,
11K someone's annual
yeah,
salary.
annual salary. So
You getting that as a tip, you still whining. Dude, you
I
should
don't
just fucking go
the thing
outside
is,
to
I don't
go to the
understand.
fucking
It's-
farm and work.
I felt like personally growing up, one of the ethos of life that my aunt taught me is sense of entitlement. Nobody owes you anything.
Anything.
That's one thing she taught me.
And that is
growing
one
up.
of the Americans' problem. Like everybody feel entitled to what?
And I think that's one problem I'm always having with girls, and mostly black girls
God, the
or
sister.
Nigerian girls.
I was
this
listening
culture
to Childish Gambino last night. He said, well, what I posted on my Instagram stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like speaking his truth. Our sisters feel so entitled, like so much. Before you go on date with a sister, you have to like swear.
Like I think it's okay, like to tip, right? If you feel like the service has been good,
Good, yeah.
and if it's within your reach to tip, like you have the elbow room to tip, then cool. But when it comes down to you tipping and then it also becomes public shaming, that's where I don't actually get the idea, because tipping as it's supposed to be is basically out of your own benevolence.
Yeah.
So it's not something that you're being.
What you will to.
Yeah.
It's like your will.
It's not that people are being coerced.
But here, like in Thailand, in on some other part of the world, it's quite different. In America, I think it's mandatory.
It's not mandatory, but it's just part of the culture.
No, in some places, they'll say if you buy something of such amount of money, you have to tip so percentage. Right? That was the reason the guy came out like, oh, he only tipped even 50%. Maybe the tip rate is like 15 to 20%.
No. The case actually, this case is actually different. Like there was no obligation to tip. It's your own. Okay, it's your own free will to tip at that restaurant.
But I know some restaurants do have include like
and the thing is, for me,
what do you think? What do you think service charges for?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm actually about to bring up. That we have a lot of restaurants in Thailand that has service charge as part of their policy, that you have to pay service charge of 10%, right? So if I get charged 10% service charge, I usually don't tip.
I don't tip anymore.
Except I feel like, okay, the service was extraordinary and I was able to create that bond or that bit of social connection between the servers, right, and myself. Then I might just feel like, okay, let me tip a little more extra. But without any of that, once the service charge is already been taken, then that's it. I don't have to bring anything else.
In some restaurant, they charge you for service charge, and they always serve you once. You didn't even see the waiter. You have to kept calling, looking around,
and it's also come down to this sense of entitlement that I was saying, in the sense that when you serve a person, right, it's the discretion of the person to be like, okay, I just received a really good service.
Yeah.
So if the person feels by his or her own standard that they weren't rightly served, then how do you expect such person to actually pay to tip? And why should employees be relying on tip as a form of compensation?
I've seen a lot of Facebook posts from some friend from the state who actually works in a restaurant, and I've seen the way they've been whining about tipping. Some say, if you know you don't want to tip good, you would have just stayed home and order.
Then how do you get paid?
That is the problem. The problem is they get paid by the restaurant and they still rely so heavily on the tips.
And the thing is, okay,
and
the person should have ordered in. What's the point? Then if the person would have ordered it, then you're not even getting anything.
The argument is like, okay, you come to the restaurant, you reserve the table, we come to the table, we take your order, go to the kitchen, bring back the order and shit like that.
Who's supposed to do that?
So yes, that's your fucking job. That's your fucking job. But they still whining about that, man.
I don't know. I was brought up well. I believe that I was brought up not to have a sense of entitlement to anything, except it is rightly deserved, or it's my right, or it's a privilege. Apart from that, then I just don't know, because it is my discretion to tip or not to tip. And I think this case is always coming up with NBA players, with famous people, right?
Yeah. I know what's so funny about the whole thing. And most of the people, like most of the waiters, where they go out to somewhere else to eat, they hardly tip.
Exactly. So that's so hypocritical. Like, how else?
They hardly tip.
So I don't really get the idea of this whole tipping thing becoming like so mandatory or public shaming for people for going out to eat or whatnot. And like some arguments will be like, oh, then just sit at your home and eat at home. If people eat at their home, then how are you going to get paid?
Yeah,
it's not within the purview of people to pay you for service. It's your employer to pay you for working and for earning money. So I don't know why there's so much over reliance on tipping. I don't think it's wrong to tip. I'm an advocate of tipping, but when it now becomes where people are really strangled to tip. If
it's your way to tip, you go ahead and do it.
And it's crazy because it gets me really mad. It gets on my wrong side, because this is a problem. It's a major problem in Nigeria.
Oh, it's becoming a problem right now.
It used to. In Nigeria, it used to. It is so prevalent that it's actually a problem right now. Like, everywhere you go, everybody that does everything for you
want something in
return.
They want
a tip. Walking into the bank alone, the security guy wants a tip. Just for you walking into the bank.
Yeah, it happens everywhere. Even at the filling station. I remember when I went back home, we went to the filling station to refill the gas, and two beautiful girls. I was like, bro, I don't know how the fuck they knew I came from there. I just arrived and I was like, bros, give us $, give us anything. I was like, anything. Just tell my friend, do you have change? I was like, okay, 500. Like, was it 500 naira or 1,000 naira? And they were so happy.
You know, at first when I just got to Nigeria, so like last year, so I was just always giving money, tipping, which was basically. But then it got to that point where I just felt like, no, like this is so wrong.
They don't deserve it.
You're building a really toxic culture.
Yeah.
By continually tipping people who have not really rendered any service to you. And the ironic part of it is that when I walk into a restaurant to eat, I don't get confronted by such. But it's usually when I go to banks or some other places, then
that is where they should be even getting serious
and it really rubs me the wrong way that I'll just put on my headphone and I just walk be so.
Yeah, the security will ask you for tip. The teller, people in charge of the teller will ask you for tip.
Yeah.
Even someone that is the cashier will ask you for tip.
Even before you walk out,
even the bank manager,
you're already giving maybe 2% of the money you went to
Even the bank manager will come out. How far? How they go? Now we keep your money safe.
That's how the conversation started. Yeah. Like, bros.
How far?
Your boy is there here. You see a grown man calling you bros, your boy is there here, like.
And I'm your papa. So am I your father?
It really rubbed me the wrong way, like when I was home, because I was like, no, like this is too bad. Because though I know it's always existed, right? But it's now gotten really worse. And at the point where I was actually shocked was at ShopRite. Because, okay, ShopRite is a foreign-owned enterprise, company, right? Yeah. So, and I just went in. There was no problem. I did my normal shopping. Then I paid at the counter. Then I was walking out. Then there were the security guys who had to just check my receipt, just like what happened at Tesco. So they had to check my receipt to look, okay, if it corresponds with the things I bought and that I didn't steal anything, which is normal. Then after they finish checking the receipt, then they're like, bros, find something for your boys now, this and this. And the thing is, when this thing is happening, it's like 2-3 people hustling you at the same time that you just have to drop.
And if you give to one, you don't give to the other, it's a big problem.
So
they won't let you go.
I just got mad, like, okay, I'm still within the store premises where I just bought stuff. And I have paid for my things, and you also still want money for you doing your job, which is to check my receipt if it's okay or not. So that was the point where I got really mad. That I was like, okay, I'm not tipping no motherfuckers before I leave this country. And the only people that actually got money from me are maybe bank tellers, because when I walk in, then there's this special recognition, and they kind of help to fast track my service, right? So I just feel like, okay, this one deserves it, and I just give. But apart from bank tellers, at that point where it happened at ShopRite, nobody else got a tip from me, because I just felt like, okay, no, this is enough. And the same thing too, like our guy Davido, the same thing he was talking about, that when he went to Nigeria with his wife, it was the same thing, that they were just hassling him and the lady. Like, Onyibo, madam, this and this, that and that. Like, it's not really right, because when you bring your wife to your country for the first time, and she starts to actually see a whole different culture, which is based on begging and soliciting for money, like forcefully, or like it's like a passive aggressive way of soliciting funds, right? And she couldn't really take it, though it was fun for her because it's a new thing,
new experience,
and she was really being respected. But then she still felt like it shouldn't be done, And I don't know, it's kind of shameful, but at the same time, it's already part of the culture, because when you look at the minimum wage, people can hardly live on the minimum wage. So it goes beyond that culture of maybe, okay, people are just trying to make a living. So it's not.
I don't see that stopping anytime soon.
No, I don't actually see it stopping, except people bluntly refuse to give. So then they just get tired of hustling.
They'll call you stingy.
I don't care, because I don't know them. Like, I was home for 2 weeks, right?
Stingy,
I was home for 2 weeks, and the only people who knew me were people from hometown, Ayetoro. So if I'm in Lagos, I'm not a Lagosian. So you probably see me once in 3 years or once in 4 years. So your opinion of me doesn't matter, because
it doesn't even affect anything. It doesn't take anything away from your life.
Very little chance of us meeting again.
Yeah.
And if you feel I'm stingy based on the fact that we had no connection, like I'm just walking into a bank premises and you're asking me for money when I don't even know you. So who else can you make that statement to that would be like, oh yeah, you're right? Because the premise of that is already flawed, because I don't know you. You didn't render any service, so I owe you nothing. So that's another angle to it.
There's a lot of things going on in Nigeria right now that I can't even I can't run my head around. Like things like girls. Now to ask girls out is gonna be a trouble if I go back home. Where am I gonna start from? So I'm like, what's up?
The thing is,
can I have your number?
First,
me to respond, man.
First, one problem with this is that I think it's misguided to say, because people always assume that this shift in culture, right, or this social phenomenon that has shifted is as a result of feminism or whatnot. I don't believe that. It's just that times have changed. We've moved. If you look at, we've moved like different stages from the days when we were writing letters.
You're
the sugar in my tea.
Postcard. Dude, I wrote a lot of letters for friends, man.
I wrote so much letter when I was in Edo State. Like, that was when I started writing letters. I wrote a lot of letters for myself and for my friends. And there was.
Let me tell you this story. Let me tell you this story. And I know most of my friends back home can relate with this. They know this story so well. And they're growing up. I got to a stage like 18. I was supposed to have a girlfriend. All my friends already had a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Then I was like busy helping mom, like doing things, like hustling and shit like that. And then like if any of them want to talk to some girls, like some other guys around the hood that come to me and write letter, and they send the letter to the girls. And me myself, I wrote letter to one girl, right? And she received the letter, no respond, and we're in the same class, right? She was like my dream girlfriend, like girl that if you touch her, you will feel like, yo, I have a girlfriend. I was just wishing and dreaming and nothing happened, right? And then you get to a stage where my friends have to hook me up. Yeah. You know how they hook me up? They brought a girl to our place, take me to one of the room, locked both of us together, and took and left with the key. I couldn't even start a fucking conversation.
Yeah.
I don't know where to start. I was just like sitting in the dark looking at her. And she was like, say something. I was like, what?
What do you want me to say?
What? Where to start from? I don't know. And I was like busy writing letter for guys and shit like that. I can't even make things happen for myself.
And the crazy thing is that there are very few guys, or there will be just one exceptional guy within your group that has the ability to pull it off. That can start the conversation
Not one. It's like 10 of them.
And you just be there looking like, why can't I be like this guy?
We have Clifford, we have Adeoye, we have Fendi. No, I think it was only me and Matayo there. Matayo was so fucking low-key.
Yeah.
Low-key shit. He was like, you've been on low-key pulling shit. Like, he didn't talk. He never write letters. He just like, something just happened. I was like, how? I was like,
it just happened. So it's really funny because I had that too. Like, I'd be like, man, I'm smarter than these guys. Like, they want me to write the letters because that's the first step. And whenever they get to meet with this girl, they just have the way of being able to handle things. And I never could do it. I never had that confidence.
I was struggling
or that impulse to start a conversation.
Couldn't.
I wrote a lot of letters, man.
And the first time I ever talked to a girl, right, I was under influence of alcohol. The first time I drank beer, and I was fucking... Dude, I was going so like, dude, after that night, I felt like, oh shit, what happened last night? And also, like talking, starting the conversation, actually put the girl out from the party, and we went out, we started talking,
Yeah.
That was my first time, and I was like, that was my first time of drinking beer as well.
Yeah, so just to piggyback to how I started the conversation, right? That we had this first step, which is like growing up when we were writing letters, right? So when we moved from writing letters was more of, I'll say, catcalling. That's for me, right? Where how I grew up in Edo State after I left Abuja, right? So when we moved from letters, then it was catcalling, where you just see the girl on the street and you just start to like call her like, hey, babe, hey, what's up? Then you start to like have this conversation. But this time we already had cell phone. So all you just want to do most time is just get her number.
And then just keep texting at night.
You have to start texting text messages. And then we bought this pamphlet, this love messages pamphlet from this dealer.
It was like lyrics book. And
lyrics book, then love book, where you had the different forms of messages, like happy birthday messages, then love messages, then breakup messages,
postcard,
how to win her back messages, and these different sorts of messages, right? So we buy them for like 120 then in Benin. So we just use that to like start texting and all that. Then
you know what we believed? The most romantic message could possibly win her.
Yeah.
Then you have to look for this. Oh, this message is sweet.
This is like,
and not only like copying that time. That time I will read a bunch of them and just cram them in my brain.
Yeah,
my brain.
I think one that I can remember very well back then had to do with stop chasing the sun, or stop chasing whatever when the whatever like, and that was where I was having issue with my girlfriend at that time. That was back in 2007.
Yeah.
So it was really funny. That was that stage, right? Then we moved into the age of social media.
Yeah.
Where everybody now stopped writing letters or sending postcard or whatnot. Then people stop. Then catcalling just becomes this very demonic thing. That once you catcall, then feminists just really go at you. And at the same time, there are people who say like, "Oh, we need to go back to the traditional way of social communication."
That way was good, though.
Which is like you just meet people, you have normal conversations with them, you meet the real personality of that person. Because when you contact someone online, right? When you guys talk online, I barely you get to meet.
Yeah, I really do that.
Actually, discover that it's a whole different personality, because the person you might have met online might be very affable.
Wait, I will tell you this. Just hold a minute before you continue. It was me and Femi back in Nigerin because like I had a very slow start like into my sexual relationship life.
Yeah, me too. I'm in my prime right now, ladies. I'm in my prime.
I had a very slow start, Then like left AC, moved to Igbokoda. I couldn't do shit, like nothing was happening. I was living with my dad, elder brothers. Like he can't even do shit at home, he's like a king. You just have to like stay humble and shit like that. Then I moved to Lagos. Then Lagos, my life started like things started coming together. I was like, then one girlfriend, 2, 3. I was like, have girlfriend in different streets and shit like that. And then something happened. I was then when I got I got phones, right? And that time you randomly send text message to a number you don't even have at night. Or you just randomly, then MTN, they have this night call.
Shit.
So you just wake up at night, you have the free calls, you just randomly dial some number. If it happens to be a girl, you continue the communication.
You send, there was a specific code where you just type maybe male. You write, you write your age, then you write Lagos, your
and
code,
the matches or something,
then it somehow matches.
Yeah.
Then you just get a number from there.
And I met this girl from...
It was blind date.
Oh, it was Pangrove. I have to go to Pangrove with Femi. We went there in a restaurant, waited for this girl. And when she showed up, it was like, fucking... She was so ugly. I would just like sit for like 40 minutes. I was just like, what's up? Chop it up. I was like, oh, we gotta go. Our uncle is coming back from work. I will have to be home soon. Yeah. And she was like, oh yeah.
Right.
I was like, oh, she have to go back home too. She's living with her uncle too, and he's a soldier. I was like,
okay. Works so perfect.
Yeah. See you next time. This is there. I just blocked her number. I never called her back, man. I was like, holy fuck. And then Femi actually had like a couple of them, like 2 or 3, which was like successful.
I think everyone had multiple ones,
like,
because you just keep trying your luck and see which one you like, which is more beautiful, which one likes you, and which one you get to actually take home first.
And those life was really beautiful,
Yeah, exactly. Good, that's what I'm saying. Like there's different time and different era, and there's transition, right? And then when we left that era, we went to the era of to go. I don't know if you used to go before you left Nigeria. It was the era of to go that, you start. Yeah, it was that era that Facebook just came.
Yes. Yeah. Even before Facebook came, I was busy
then
using
BBM
like
to go
using High Five, using like what is this? This dating site that it was like, it's more like they implement a lot of things inside. You can actually play music, you can upload your mistakes. MySpace,
MySpace was
it was like High Five, MySpace and shit
Facebook
like that.
Just kicked MySpace out of because they didn't really like have this really business model or plan of what they really wanted to do, because they weren't really too good with this music. They weren't really too good with the social media and the dating stuff. So the whole algorithm was just all over the place. So they just couldn't really fix it up. So it was different era, right? So
and then BBM.
I think BBM was the age of social media. Yeah, where everybody wanted to own a BlackBerry.
And you know what's so funny that during that period when everybody was using BlackBerry, I was actually using iPhone.
Oh, okay. I was using Nokia.
I was using Nokia and iPhone. I was using 2 phones, like the iPhone 3, iPhone first generation of iPhone. I was actually using iPhone that time. So I couldn't even get like people, give me your PP, like ping. I started pinging, and she was like, why I cannot ping with my phone, man?
Like Nigerians have this this craziness whereby they just want to like jump on the culture.
Yeah.
Without actually considering a lot of factors as to, is this actually fit for me or whatnot? They just want to like, it's more like a bandwagon. It's more like a karaoke culture.
Not more, it's like a bandwagon culture.
Yeah, it's in academia, it's karaoke culture. Like there's so much hollowness. Like everybody just want to keep repeating the same stuff. In the sense that you see a lot of people were using BBM because they just felt like, oh, they want to like, everything was, oh, give me your pin, give me your pin. Now
you don't have anything to talk about.
Now everybody wants to use iPhone.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to use. They don't, and the worst part is that they don't care how it comes by.
Yeah, how expensive it is. Or
that's one of the problems. So when social media came, right, when Facebook was like, Facebook was still the biggest thing.
Yeah.
So when Facebook dropped, then everybody started to add each other up on Facebook. Then maybe meet up and all that. Then
I've been using Facebook for almost over 10 years, and I still have 1,500 friends.
Yeah, you always just have to find a way to like make sure.
Yeah, dude, I delete a lot of people, and I don't accept a lot of requests.
Around the period that J1 dropped Facebook Love, waiting for the message on my wall.
Oh yeah, I was here. I already.
That was the jam back then.
I love this song. I loved it. I was like,
that was a jam back then. So that was when everybody was like starting to find love on Facebook and starting to like shoot their shot.
Oh, what is this girl's name? The girl he featured on the song.
I can't remember her name. I can't remember her name. So like everybody was starting to like shoot their shot on Facebook. Then BBM now became like the big thing because everybody wanted to use BlackBerry. And being myself, I've never been a fan of this whole movement or herd movement or bandwagon. So when everybody was using BlackBerry, I just never wanted anything to do with it. I was just using the Nokia E series, the N series. You know, that was like the N series, the E series. So I was just using the E series then, or maybe the N series. I was using one of the phones.
I was using iPhone and one Nokia.
Then we had the bold, the curve, the whatever, and all that. So people, and then when Android phone became the thing, Android and iPhone became the thing, then BBM became available on Android and
iPhone as well.
Yeah. So then that was when everything really died down because you basically don't need to have.
I think
that to have a pin.
My first BlackBerry was, I bought the phone here. I think 2011.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think 2010, 2011.
I never used BlackBerry. I just was never a fan.
Yeah, I
never used BlackBerry. So
I used it and it got spoiled on SoundCloud. I was going out.
Oh,
I didn't know how it was. Like what? And the second day I went to buy another Nokia. The second day I went out, the Nokia, boom. I was like, I'm going back to my iPhone.
I transitioned from Nokia to Samsung. To Samsung, the tablet. Then from the tablet, then I got into the S4. Then from the S4 to the S6 Edge, then to now the S8.
And right now, I think it's more of a Twitter thing. It's like every girl's want to be hot on Twitter. Every girl's want to be
it's not even being hot on Twitter. It's just that they want to be hot on social media. And that's the problem with dating now in Nigeria, which is actually what we're talking about. That culture of narcissism, we can talk about that some other time. Of want to be on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and being hot and all that. But let's just keep talking about this dating in the sense that now dating has become difficult because that's what you started, right?
Yeah.
You started like it's become really difficult for people to like engage in dating because when people meet up through different medium, maybe they shoot their shot online or they met somewhere, then it becomes okay. Let's go out on a date, right? And these dates, okay, it's normal like that a guy requests for a date.
Yeah.
But the problem is that you have a situation whereby a guy wants a date with you. Then you bring your family members and friends to the date.
And you have to take away out as well.
Like, how low can you fucking get? Like, how disrespectful can you be? Like, someone invites you to a date. Okay, I can understand the fact that, okay, if you invite someone to a date, when it's maybe at night, and generally it's dangerous in Nigeria, right?
Yeah.
But the first thing you do is when you don't feel safe on going to a date, don't do it.
Don't do it.
That's one. And two, for a woman, if there's going to be a date, I'll recommend that it be at your own area or your own comfort zone.
Yeah, don't go out like to the area it's not safe.
Because it's not safe, right?
Don't do that.
So what's the point of bringing your friends or your family to on a date?
Free food.
And the problem is that many guys can actually talk about, but this is not the conversation we have or whatnot. But there are still very few guys who can be like, they will just call the bluff, like, yo,
this is our agreement.
This is a date. Like, it's me getting
to know you.
It's not a family
reunion.
It's not some form of reunion or social gathering or whatnot where you're bringing people to like come eat, because and it's that sense where it still borders within the sense of entitlement that I'm talking, whereby I will go chopping money.
I think that would be the initial conversation before they even leave home.
I don't know how people come up with these ideas, and then when they get treated badly, then they say men has come.
Yeah, they complain.
On Twitter they call them men has come FC, and trust me, people who are members of Men Has Come MC, they will never get my sympathy. Never. Like, I'll never sympathize with them. Because it's a problem, right? Where, okay, you go on a date, then you start to take away. For money will not be your papa.
Some girls don't they try at all. I swear to God.
you start to take away. Like, how low can you get? Like, seriously.
Dude.
That's why, like,
dude, I remember I remember the live in Apapa, right? I know some of my guys, right? Back in AJ, they work like 7 days. Like, they hustle for 7 good days just to take a girl out to Apapa. To Mr. Biggs, to...
Mr. Biggs back in the days, but not anymore.
And, like, how could you work for 7 days just to take a girl out and she go buy rice, fried rice, buy meat pie, they go house, go give people. How they go back house empty-handed?
Yes, sir.
The money don't finish.
Because you weren't impressed.
Yes. The money don't finish. You don't see the total fuck. Because that they go back out. She go carry take away and you go still work out, go back house. Go resume your hustle again for another 7 days.
To take out money for the girl again.
Man. I don't remember if I do that kind of thing, but I don't know. Nah.
No, I never did anything like that. Like going on a date, then having this whole I never personally I've never had this encounter with this kind of girls. So that's why when I read these stories online about these dates going wrong and girls being all selfish and shit, I can't relate, but I can also empathize in the sense that, okay, I know these things happen. I know these things exist. I know the stories are bound everywhere. You hear ladies talk, and so people basically talk, and you know these things are real. But I've never had these experiences. Maybe because of the kind of people I chose
it happens
to date, or the kind of people the kind of platform or ways I get to meet people, right? Because like, I've met people like girls that we hang out, and it's all good, like everything is just okay, like there's no drama or whatnot. But then in Nigeria, right, dating is more like, how do I actually make this very clear, that it's more like a job or something that
like
people want some benefit from. Not just emotional benefit or just that, like that psychological benefit of, okay, when it comes down to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right, that we have those laws that, okay, emotional, sex and whatnot and all that. It goes into material things. There's a lot of materialism when it comes to Nigerian girls and dating. That the first thing is, they want you to buy them. They want you to buy them a new phone. Like, because I want to date you, I have to buy you a new phone. Like, for what?
Yeah, I actually promised a girl to buy a phone before.
I don't know. That's one of the biggest issues. And when you buy within your means, that, okay, this is how much I can afford.
Yeah.
Then she'll be like, oh,
too small,
I want iPhone.
I want that.
iPhone is the standard. Like, is the standard for every girl. Like, for not every girl. Like, that's so wrong to say. But for most girls who falls into this narcissism epidemic that they want to look
slay mamas.
The slay mamas them. And you understand? They want, and they're always looking for the material benefit that they can get. And when they fall into these guys that just have money and they don't really care and they can do it for you, but they move on to the next girl, then they start to shout men as come. But you're already giving the guy that impression that you just want material things. Yeah, you're just here for the money. Like, oh, you want to go have Cold Stone ice cream. You want to go have pizza. You want to go have gizdodo, then shawarma and all these things. And how many Nigerian girls will go on a date and offer to pay? How many will go on a date and offer to pay? Like in Thailand here, when you go on a date, the girl wants to pay half.
They want to pay. They want to share. Yeah,
everybody wants to share. Yeah. Like, but then it's your discretion to be like, no, it's all good. I got this. And you can do that maybe twice, thrice. Then it gets to a point the girl will be like, no, this is not acceptable. If you're not letting me pay, then I probably don't want to go out with you on the date, because they start to feel that. Yeah, you're trying to impress them with your money. You're showing off. That you needed to do that for them, you know. So they start to feel that way. I've had that with girls that I've dated. But then with Nigerian girls, they expect you to pay every goddamn time because you want the papers.
Not only paying for the food. And if they're going back home, they'll tell you, I don't get recharge card, I will take call you for recharge. So.
Now, it's this culture of you must book Uber.
Oh, God.
Okay, I don't know, but I have to say this. Let me just give this. I know, like, I just hope you don't see this. Okay, when I was in Nigeria, right, then I hooked up with an ex. Yeah. An ex, so she came. Then we went to the movies and all and whatnot. Then we went to my hotel, right? Because in Lagos, you know, I basically use hotels when I'm in Lagos. So then it was morning. She had to go to work. Then she was like, I should call her an Uber to take her to work.
What to do that? What to do that for?
And I should be inside the Uber with her.
Take her
drop her off to work, then come back to my hotel. So then I asked, like, how do you go to work every day? She said public transport. So what's wrong with using public transport? Because within where my hotel was located, right, it's like Egbeda, then she lives around Cement, which is basically the same Egbeda Akowonjo. So the hotel is basically 10 minutes from where she lives. So she's still within her hood. And that's also my hood too. So what stops you from using public transport to work? Why do I have to pay for an Uber for you to go to work?
And you have to go with the Uber.
And I also have to go with it. I was like, man, like I've like, because I just went back from hometown. Right? I've had a long day. Then who have you be dating? like we've had a long night and whatnot. So I want to sleep. Like, if you want to go to work, the door is open. You can go to work. You know me, like, I don't give a fuck. So I'm going back to bed. Like, I just slept off. Like, yo, what's all this rubbish? Like, if you want to feel special, then do that at your own discretion. It's not with my own money that you have to do that. Like,
some girls get mad.
And the thing is, these same girls that have been jumping down for, when they want to visit you, they request that you pay for Uber. And when they're going back, you pay for Uber as well. And you also give thanks for coming money. That's something I've never done in Thailand. I've never paid for any girl's transport to come visit me or to go back, or thanks for coming. That's not something I've ever done living here. It's never happened.
Nobody will ever do that. It will be like, wait, even though if a girl wants to come to a place and she doesn't have money, she will let you know, I don't have money.
Yeah.
So if you still want her to come,
you bear I'll pay for the taxi when you come. Yeah, that's how it's done. They will always
tell you, I don't have money. I think maybe another day, and they will always give you this
option. And it's not like, I'm using Uber.
Yeah, maybe another day, maybe another time.
Yeah, they'll most likely just tell you like, yo, when I get paid or when I have money, then another time. I don't want to like be a burden to you. But Nigerian girls don't have that. Like they don't care about being a burden on you, because they just feel like, yeah, if you want me, then you have to do that for me. Like, yo, I don't owe you shit.
And
The only thing we
still be
owe
the
each
one
other
fighting
is-
for equality. You know, like they want to be equal. They want to do this. Dude, pay your fucking bill.
And the problem with that is that when you you pay for their transport to and fro,
If you pay
and
once,
you don't give
if you pay once, you're gonna pay forever. It's
forever.
Like, it becomes a responsibility.
Yes, it becomes a responsibility. And when you look at the minimum wage and the economic situation, then it's not really sustainable for guys to consistently do that. And also, when you do that and you don't give thanks for coming money, you become stingy. You become a thread on Twitter.
Oh man,
That's when you become a thread on Twitter.
I swear to God, I'm gonna have difficulties trying to hook up with a black girl. I'm sorry, like
that's why I kind of stay away from Nigerian girls.
I don't
like,
know how I'm gonna start,
because
but man, it's gonna be difficult for me.
I can't be really blunt. I can't be really blunt with them. Like, yo, this is the boundary.
Just
this is
fucking gonna tell you to your face, yo.
So
don't do that with me, man.
To avoid that, right? So I just like stay away. Like, except a Nigerian girl that understands this basic concept, who've been outside of Nigeria, that understand this basic concept that everybody owes themselves a certain responsibility.
Listen, I think a Nigerian girl will always be a Nigerian girl. There's nothing.
There are definitely outliers.
Yeah, I know, but like, okay, let me give you a gist. OJ is sleeping right now. He was trying to hook up with this girl, this Nigerian British girl. She was like living in the UK. He was like, "Oh, you want to come visit me in Thailand?" I was like, "If you pay for the ticket." She was like, "She want to come to Thailand so bad. She really want to come to Thailand."
Yeah,
but she was like, "You have to pay the ticket for him to come."
And guess what? Half of the time if she comes here, it's about taking pictures and updates.
Yeah,
like, yo, you want to live this fancy life without having the means, and you feel like the means to get that is guys, so the end justifies the means for you without a certain level of like responsibility or respect for yourself. I feel like it's people disrespecting themselves by taking themselves so low that I don't know the kind of men with that though.
What you see as so low is like
it's
another level to them.
The culture,
right?
it's the
like
norm.
The levels, like they're in another stage, you know.
It's actually the norm out there that if you come, you go buy the charge card, you go order pizza, Cold Stone, then thanks for coming, then Uber to and fro or Taxify. Like, I'm not saying that anything is wrong with that, but if you want to go,
I think everything is wrong with that.
No, it's not wrong with that if you use your own money.
Oh, okay, if she's using her own money.
Yeah.
Okay.
And at the same time, I'm not saying like guys shouldn't have a certain level of responsibilities. But guys should have responsibilities that they take within the relationship.
For a guy to ask a girl out, for a guy to ask a girl for to meet or like just to go out and eat and do something, that means the guy is ready to pay the bill.
Yeah.
But my only concern is the extras.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm only concerned about the extras. Like, if we go out and I pay the fucking bill for the food or for the drink, don't fucking ask me for extras. I don't want to pay.
Like you take them out on a date, then you have to be the one who pay for their transport to go back.
I don't want to pay extras. And I pay for the food. That's okay.
People are people who probably go back to home from work with public transport. But now that you've taken them out on the date, then you have to put them in a fucking Uber or Taxify. That they have to have that benefit. What happens to like crazy, just living your life? Be real with yourself.
Just be real, exactly. Right. I know what's so funny about guys like me. If a girl can keep it 100 with me, like just keep it 100, I don't give a shit. Just keep it real with me. That is my type of girls. Like, if you just like, if you don't have money, it's like, yo, I'm broke. When you have money,
that's simple.
Yo, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah,
like,
I'm good. Yo. Just keep it real. I know, like, the financial part is not a necessity. It's not like a must. It's not something I have to do, but I have to do it out of my will. Yeah. Sometimes I'm just like, oh, okay, it's on me.
And one of the problems is that they feel like, okay, most Nigerian girl feels like you need to have money or be rich for you to date them. And being rich is you have to have a car. Like, I take pride in whenever I go back home to Nigeria in using public transport.
Like, experience.
You know why? Because I get to talk to people.
Yeah.
I get to actually, it's more like I'm engaging in an ethnographic study because I'm getting immersed in the whole scene. Like you start to like get this whole nostalgic feeling of when I was going to school with public transport and you go back home. The conversations then, that's one. Then it gets to the dramatic part, like the conductor and the driver.
Everything looks so. It's like
they yell at each other about money.
It's like comic,
then it becomes the passenger and the conductor. Then maybe later the passenger and the driver. If the driver is driving,
passenger,
and then the passenger shift for me now. Not only you're too big. Now 2 seats you go pay for.
And then you see the pastors, the people who
are preaching, and those who are trying to sell inside the public transport. And with all of these, like there are friends who would think like, oh, you're bigger than using public transport. You should have a car.
That is experience.
But to me,
you're not bigger than experience.
I love
experience is something
that I'll keep doing. Like using public transport in Nigeria is something I love because it's so. I just feel like it's really funny. It's wonderful and remarkable because it's just funny to listen to these whole things because. Like I've been away for a while, then I come back.
Just feel the home.
That little part of being able to like feel the culture, right? I just want that experience. And for me, if I don't have car, that means like I'm most likely not get the girl I want because you feel like, oh, he's a poor dude. But then I don't care if you're going to rate me based on using a car or not.
You're gonna be.
It just speaks about who you are.
First of all, let me say this on camera. I don't know how to drive.
Yeah.
So car is not my thing.
And one reason I don't even want to know how to drive is because when I know how to drive, I want to get a car.
Yeah, you'll be tempted to get a car.
So that's one reason I'll be like,
no, because we don't drive.
Yeah, shout out to Sabina. Like Sabina has always wanted to teach me driving. And every
never
time she'll
learn.
be like, oh, yeah, let's go drive. Then I'll just bail out. I'll be like, oh, I want to sleep or something. Or I'll text you later or something. So I never just learn it because once I know how to drive, then I get tempted to want to do it. Driving in Nigeria is crazy, man. Woo.
If you think driving in Nigeria is crazy,
everybody is honking.
Oh yeah, that is what I
switching lanes.
Yeah.
And you get hit any moment.
But actually, Nigerians know how to drive, unlike Thailand.
Yeah, it's just impatient.
Yeah, they actually knows how to drive, but but here is like
just impatient. That's what leads to accident and traffic and whatnot. So it's not even the suitable place to drive. Okay, maybe a suitable place for me to drive would be like within Ondo State, like within our own area, right? Where there's usually no traffic. Everything is just normal. Then those are areas to drive. But in Lagos, I don't really think it's a place I want to drive.
I'm sorry, Lagos, man. I'm not because I'm done with Lagos. This is
that's why I said like if I ever want to retire and move back to Nigeria, then it's Osun State.
Yeah, I'm done. I was like actually thinking of that. I was like, normally I wanted to go back to the home state, like Ondo State. I was like thinking maybe probably a little bit
more low-key, more low-key place that you can just
Lagos. Shout out to all my Lagos dudes, all my friends, man. It's over. I can't
dating in Nigeria is
that life anymore.
Dating in Nigeria is a lot.
Lagos life, it's way too hectic for me. I can't survive it.
Yeah, I can't. That's why I've never been a fan of Lagos, like growing up, because I'm an Abuja kid.
Yeah, I used to love it before. It used to be cool, and like probably then Delta State, Sapele, Warri, everywhere used to be like cool, but right now I think it's like Sapele is still okay, but I think Lagos and Warri is out of it, man.
Yeah, Lagos is just too busy. I can't stand Lagos. Lagos is a really big city, and you have to be a hustler to live in Lagos.
Real time hustler,
it's just like New York. If you can live in Lagos,
if you can make it in Lagos, you can make it anywhere. Yeah,
that's one thing. And Lagos, man, you always have to be alert because shit happens like every goddamn moment. Like I've had people who've gotten their phone snatched, who've gotten their pocket picked.
The first time I ever got my phone. Still, like actually, it was by a friend. Actually, it was like went to cyber cafe, checking Facebook, checking internet, browsing shit like that, and he was like, "Oh, can I use your phone for a minute?"
Oh yeah.
That was the last time I ever saw my phone. My phone was like, poof,
gone,
and I never see this dude ever again. Never, man. That was like I was like, shit.
Nah.
This is like, holy fuck. I couldn't believe it, man. I was like, since then, dude, if my brother want to use my phone, you use it right here. Right, stay with me and use it. You're not going out with my phone, man. So what else do we have? What do we have? We almost...
We're already clocked an hour, man.
Yeah, almost an hour right now. It's time to sign out.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Today's episode is quite short, but nothing actually happens around the world. If you want us to talk something interesting, just hit us up.
Yeah.
Comment on our YouTube channel. We are on iTunes, on Facebook, on Stitcher. We probably just search the Other Room Podcast.
We're everywhere, man.
Yeah,
We're
the
going
Other
global.
Room Podcast. The Other Room Podcast. Just search it. Just subscribe to our channel. And very soon there will be a lot of goodies, man. A lot of goodies coming. A lot of promos. Like if you can make us hit some numbers, you know what I'm saying? If we hit some numbers, there might be some things we're giving out. Who knows? Might be Rolex.
Yeah.
I don't even get one. But I give that to myself, man. Yeah. Probably gonna do something. And shout out to everybody who has been following this journey, who has been part of this movement. We'll remain your host. I'm Joel, aka Authority. Keep that on low key. Who is you?
My name is Anthony at Grooving Tony, Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah, just follow us on Instagram, on Twitter. Just put on for Google the Other Room Podcast.
Yeah, never stop sending messages. Like we're gonna keep talking about things that you want us to talk about. So
actually, a friend actually wanted us to talk about the handsman, like a lot of difficult things. I think
we just try to like balance the mood because
the mood
really too kind of technical and
political,
more political and very theoretical. Yeah. So we just want to have a little bit of fun. Yeah. So that's why we switch it up on Uni.
Now we forgot to talk about the NBA. We're supposed to recap the
All-Star game. Yeah, we'll talk about that when next episode.
Yeah, we can just like brush it. Dude, the dunk contest was trash. Bullshit.
Yeah, it's still not that.
The game,
it's broken. We need to.
The All-Star game was good, and the G League dunk contest was the worst. I watched that yesterday.
Oh, okay.
It was so terrible. You have two Nigerians dunkers. They couldn't even make it to the fucking second round. They're fucking dunking. I was like, fuck it. Like,
but then why have people been advocating that? Oh, we need to get G Leaguers to come dunk in the NBA dunk contest.
Previous G League dunk contest was great. Was far better than NBA dunk. But this year was trash. Like, dude, the dunk that won the trophy was like bullshit.
Yeah, I think Donovan Mitchell is a really good
dunker
because for his height and...
But you know the problem. I think they should just cancel the All-Star dunk, the NBA All-Star dunk. You know why? Because most of the player doesn't want to get injured.
It's not even about the players. Like, guys are ready to sacrifice their body to do it, but the organization don't want them to do it.
Because of the injury.
Because they're the ones who are paying. Like
Victor Oladipo or first dunk. If he made that dunk, that would be like the fucking highlight of the whole thing, right? But dude, it's gonna be long season, and everybody want to be like,
exactly,
be healthy, stay healthy. Just forget about the dunk, man. Just forget about the dunk, and just probably bring some dunkers. Like, you have a lot of great dunkers. Bring them up.
Yeah, they're like professional dunkers, right?
Yeah, bring the dunkers or bring the guys from the G League.
I think the year when we had Oladipo versus Lavine, then
that was the best dunk for years. Yeah.
Those 2 years.
That year was like great. That was like
the year for like
nice highlight.
Good dunk.
And during the Blake Griffiths era,
Yeah.
His dunk was
good because guys were really like they didn't really care because Blake Griffin like could have, if anything had gone wrong, like he could have just fucked up his knees because he was jumping over a Kia, right?
Yeah.
So but now
you know why Aragonon after the dunk, right? That season he actually got injured from the dunk.
Yeah. So guys just it's not even about guys. Guys are ready to sacrifice their body to show up.
Like but you don't want to take.
Yeah, because that's
and if you see most of the dunkers this season is like the guys who are really contributing to their team.
Exactly. Except maybe Larry Nance, who's not as big of a guy, but Dennis Smith Jr., Oladipo, then Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah,
those are like
key players for their team.
So it's kind of risky too. But I think for me, Dennis Smith Jr. had the best dunk of the night.
The switching between the legs.
Yeah,
that dunk was,
he had
was,
the
was
best
beautiful.
dunk that even like I didn't actually notice it until I saw it on.
Larry Nance was like, you see the double tap. That was
Oh
crazy
yeah,
too.
that was
crazy.
Too.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And the one he tried to reenact his dad, I don't think he did it.
He didn't. No, he didn't do it right.
Yeah, he didn't do it right. Yeah. So that was a flop, a fail for me. But the double tap was like, okay, I see you, young man. Okay. Yeah.
And that people doesn't even realize until they watch the replay. I was like, it was saying like
just normal. Then one of the announcers like double tap. That was when Kenny Smith picked it up like, double tap. That was okay. Then when people saw the replay, and the good thing was like people like the judges were able to see the replay before they judged. And what the fuck is DJ Khaled doing there?
Do you see my Twitter?
Yeah. I saw your post, right?
Holy shit! I was like, no,
I quite understand. They should just
fucking get rid of that fucking fat ass guy, man.
No, I understand that it's all stars, and then you gotta have celebrities around and whatnot.
And so what?
But the thing is, why is it that you have like guys like Kevin Hart there like every year, like
for what?
For what? Exactly. And he was even the announcer.
The announcer, he's terrible.
That was terrible, man.
And I just saw Shaq O'Neal's post like, Kevin Hart was hilarious. Like, what the fuck? That was bullshit.
She wasn't hilarious. They could have just gotten one of the normal NBA announcers. They don't even need to go all fancy. You could have just been one NBA.
No, he was
announcer, like maybe the Lakers guy or just one.
He was terrible. He was terrible. I was like, what the fuck is going on? What is he doing?
So I don't know. Like it was really like
popping up everywhere in every NBA.
There was just too much flop.
Celebrities.
For me, the whole weekend, right? The whole All-Star weekend, the All-Star game stood out. That is the only difference. It's gotten better.
And the fucking everything about this All-Star was almost like
everything
terrible.
was just like
national anthem was like
the national anthem was bad. Then the Kevin Hart intro was like
the dunk contest, like everything was terrible.
So I don't know.
I think the only thing that stood out is
then
like
the skills challenge was also good too.
Yeah, the skills challenge was like unbelievable.
Yeah, it was also like, good because we had the big man versus like the point guards, and one thing you can take away from that is the fact that NBA, the game has revolutionized that big men now has ball handling abilities.
Yeah, they are like now it's like big men show.
Because if you look,
they can shoot trade.
Yeah. Okay, look at guys. You had guys like Kat, then Embiid, then Lauri Markkanen. And Lauri Markkanen is a big guy, like he's a rookie too, and he went to the final against this guy from Brooklyn Nets, Spencer Dinwiddie. Yeah. So and he could have. The difference was just that Spencer is a point guard. He was faster because
but the previous two he came from behind.
Yeah,
actually came from behind.
It was like but against a big man, he was faster because he had ball handling. And if they had gotten there at the same time, I'll put my money on Larry.
He would have that
because you can shoot. He'll shoot the lights out. And then the 3-point contest was also good too.
Unbelievable.
To me, I don't think it's unbelievable. Okay, maybe
he broke the record.
There's a twist of unbelievability in it in the sense that first, I didn't expect this dude from Clippers that just got traded, Tobias Harris, to make it to the finals.
Oh, okay.
I didn't expect Eric Gordon to flop. Because that was a flop. He didn't even make it to the finals.
What about Paul George?
Paul George.
Was laying bricks and shit.
Gordon is a better shooter than Paul George.
But Paul George has more better efficiency percentage this season than even Steph Curry.
Because he's
shooting 43 or 48.
Yeah, but Gordon is a much better shooter. That's a fact. Like over his career, he's a much better 3-point shooter than Paul George. He flopped, then Paul George was just laying bricks and like, man, what are you doing? So at that point, maybe Lakers fans would be like, okay, maybe
he's building the house.
Maybe we just need to be with Westbrook and shit. So then you have Tobias Harris, like he said, like he's 17. Then everybody were like struggling to get to it. Then Clay had 19. Then this other guy too had 19, which is Devin Booker. Then Tobias made it to the finals, which is like 3 guys. I didn't expect him to be there because he's not really a phenomenal shooter to me. And then Booker just went nuts. He just broke the record.
Savage on everybody. I was like, yo. And actually, he's injured.
Okay, yeah. I know he didn't play like the last 2 games before he
injured. Yeah. Like, yo.
But I know, like, dude can shoot the lights out.
Ball. He can shoot.
And 3 guys that I've really like been looking towards to like in their career where they just have that breakout is Devin Booker, Jimmy Fredette, who was in China. I just hope like he gets back in the NBA, and Doug McDermott. Like I want those 3 guys to really, because I feel like they can shoot the lights out. But okay, Doug is still in the NBA. Then Devin is like, he doesn't need to prove anything again because I feel like Devin Booker, everybody knows he can shoot the lights out.
Dude, dropping 52, 47, like basically shooting like.
But I just hope like there's a team out there that gives Jima like a chance to actually come, because he's been putting up numbers like in China. And even before he went to China, just that I felt like people didn't give him a chance coming out of college. Then just being bounced around NBA like in 2-3 years.
That shit is killing, man.
Yeah. So I just hope there's a team out there that gives Jima like a chance.
Let's hope so. Let's see.
Yeah.
And the contract is not gonna be like expensive with $1 million.
No, it's like a cheap contract. Like he needs to just get back and help a team. And I feel like he's developed his confidence. Because we had guys like Brandon Jennings who went back to China to get more playing time because he was on the Washington Wizards. I know like Brandon Jennings can be on any NBA team if he wants. Like he can get a contract, but how many minutes is he gonna be playing? That's the issue. And for him, he wants to like play more minutes. So just go to China and get like a $2 million deal, then get to play often. And if you can do that, then your confidence. You get into rhythm, your confidence is up, then you come back to the NBA and just sign. And that's what Trevor Ariza did when he went to China. And now, like, Trevor is an NBA starter. So the same thing too when Gerald Green was like at the lowest of his career, then he went back. So guys are just going to, instead of going to the G League, guys are just going to China, learning the culture, then playing competitive game too. Because Chinese game is a little bit dirty.
What about this? If you play basketball with Chinese,
so it's a little bit dirty. So
let me tell you the 2 Asian countries, people that plays dirty basketball, Chinese and Filipinos.
Holy fuck. They play dirty basketball.
Oh no way, man! I was playing like back in my college, like university, Bangkok University. I was like when my team playing some competition against some Filipinos, and like, dude, I was up shooting, and this dude was grabbing my dick. I was like, up shooting? You should be like, defending.
He's not.
It's like, are you for me?
So yeah.
So we're hanging up the Other Room podcast by Joy and Anthony. Yes. We talk about shit. We talk about it. Dude, follow us on YouTube, iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, everywhere. Just go there, type the Other Room podcast by Joy and Anthony. We remain your favorite host of the Other Room podcast. Thanks for kicking us with us.
Yes, sir.
See you next week.